right, boys, it's Monday. The phone calls and text messages have already started, boys. Welcome to Monday. Starting the morning out. 160G apparently was just serviced. Now it's got some sort of def leak.
There ain't no fluid in there.
Boys can't make this shit up. Can't make it up. All right, we got the def filter cap right here.
Huh. Really?
Remember, guys, it doesn't have to be super tight, but it's got to be tight enough to at least seal. So we're going to top off fluid, run it through a def pump verification check, make sure it doesn't leak, and then give it back to them. All right, so at least we know the def manifold and the level sensor are working. So, but Service Advisor, we do have a bunch of codes, but yeah, we're only focusing on that one right now. Go ahead and pressurize it, make sure everything's good to go on the def pump and no further leaks.
Pressurizing! And no more leaking.
Guys, just for fun, we did run the def dosing system test because we did get a fault for the def injector firing when not commanded, and everything completed there, and boom, no more fault code. So I think we got her fixed, boys. All right, 352. Yeah, this guy right here decides to want to put his goddamn bucket right here. We're going to swap out the outside bucket teeth from here and here because they're wearing all dumb. These are why I buy Hobo for 8 fucking chisels, because I do bucket teeth way too goddamn much. While we got a minute, we're gonna go ahead and take care of that.
Yeah. 611 power stroke.
That's a goddamn stream right there. Got lucky, I didn't make a fucking mess yet. Oil catch for the win. In the comments be like, you actually torque drain plugs? Yeah, I torque drain plugs. Man, that air filter is rough. Good God. All right, D6K2 from the other day with the fucked up sight glass. Guess what? Got a new one. Let's get her installed. My transducer doesn't have the right fitting in, so we're just going to have to hope to God we don't make a complete mess. Let's go. That, kids, is called reverse engineering. Installed, boys, with minimal mess. Yay! All right, finally back on the 624P, and we got a new striker to fix that shit. By the way, factory had this just like that, so a little re-engineering here. Just going to use a lock nut and see if that'll hold. And done. At least you know you won't be needing these until you do it all over again. Yeah. I hate having to top off hydraulic oil on fucking wheel loaders. I mean, you go through a gambit of fucking tools just to break this fucking thing free so you can depressurize it, because there's no other goddamn way to depressurize it, just to fucking top off fucking Hido. All right, guys, welcome to Monday number 2. Let's get back to the shit show. All right, starting the morning out, we got ourselves a Japanese John Deere. That's right, a Hitachi with I don't even want to know. Again, my boys, the engineering. Where you at, Hitachi? Go ahead and bust this puppy open. So I guess. Ooh, look at that. I mean, that's better than factory. And done. Look at that. Yeah, another 410. That guy right there. Low fuel dosing pressure. Another 410. So don't freak out. But yeah, so it's filters and get this fucking gun going because I've got 3 other fucking calls ahead of this fucking thing. Yummy. Timing. Fired up. And done. Bye. We're still chasing issues with the PTO on this F650, so yeah, riding it with the top down, boys. Time being, put a John Deere relay in it. There's your part number right there, boys, and we'll see if this holds up. See if this fucker works now. Looks like we're lifting. Looks like it's working. Man, we'll take it for a win for now. Yeah, those brooms are sort of doing something. Next project. That's a lot of shit. Just to do this fucking brush. God damn it.
Got that new.
Woo! Okay, Bomac roller. Can you guys guess why the glow plugs are out of it? That's right. This thing having to take a tumble, and we're going to go ahead and just make sure there's nothing going on up top of the engine here, and then we'll put it together and then see if the bitch fires. So let's get to it. Well, no oil. That's a plus. Let's finish putting it back together. Well, this turd runs. Doesn't sound like it's got a rod knock. Another 410, another leak. Yeah. Around and around and around we go. Trying to find a fucking leak. Found it. Boys, how do you repair a hydraulic leak on a Deere? That's right. Replace it with cat O-rings. Come on. Alright, so we got the old slinky wrap back on, new hose installed. So let's fire it up, check for leaks, and then Yeah, top that unit off. And no more leaking. Oh, boys, the old 700K. Took 10 months, maybe about 1,000 plus fucking hours, but finally 2 track pads are loose, so yeah. That's fun. The bolt's to spec. Your gun's not powerful enough. It lasted long enough, didn't it? Yeah, we're all prepped and ready to go. Problem. Yeah, we didn't get hardware this evening. Thought that would be something that'd be common, but I guess it's not, so on to tomorrow. All right, boys, welcome to Hump Day. Remember, boys, either get humped or be humped. Make sure you unlock your truck door, though. Let's get to it. First stop of the morning, got to go over Fleet Pride, get consumables and all sorts of shit, and load this box up. What is organization? Never heard of her. All right, relay status, no faults. Kick it on. Clicks on. Then you've got your tack signal. Touch that, and boom, kicks it right off. Yay. And a little reroute later, and everything's fine. Back on the D6N from the other day, we've got a hose that's about as long as my arm, and we're gonna see if we can install it without having to take, you know, all the other shit apart. All right, so we're in the D6N version of the old hole of hell here. So yeah, we're in the process of working this thing out. I wanted to go out through the back, took the panels down and everything, and that just didn't work out. So here we are in the fucking hellhole of a D6N. All right, boys, we got the old hose off. You can tell this thing was already going through first stages of fucking rigor mortis here. So that one's done, and we got the new hotness here. We're gonna go ahead and slam in there. And also take the time right now, clean everything up as best you can, because again, you got steel hardware going into an aluminum housing, so just clean everything up. Anti-seize the shit out of everything. And that O-ring is flat, fuck! There's a new one. All right, boys, we're all installed now. Back up to the valve from the filter housing. So I guess we'll go and fire it up and see what she does. All right, boys, no leaking. Let's put her back together. All right, boys, back on the 700K, we got our track pad bolts and hardware, and we're gonna go ahead and reassemble. Now, everything you're gonna see in this video is completely wrong, and I wouldn't recommend it. But due to the Verizon outage, I can't check torque specs, so this might get used. Now, remember, boys, just, you know, you want to put it on there liberally. You know, you don't want these to back off, but yet, you know, you don't want it to go into your energy drink either, so just a little bit. And boys, remember to center with that chrome Chinesium socket. And done. Listen, I love my operators. A lot of them are really cool dudes. And then sometimes it's trying to make sense of shit. So this situation right here, I'm trying to make sense of. So I get a text message first thing in the morning. I'm not even out of my house, basically. All right, pretty cut and dry, right? It says, you know, power cycle the machine, see if the transmission ECM wants to actually communicate. Instead, what do? Just sit there and run the fucking thing. Just sit there and idle it. There you go. So, yeah. And if it is an issue with the transmission ECM, it's right next to the SEM, which is going to be hotter than fuck, and I got to take all that paneling off. I'm so tired of 410s. So tired of 410s. Just fucking hate them. Have a good day, boys. All right, boys. Welcome to Thursday, i.e. Friday Junior. Let's get back to it. You know it's going to be a long day. Got new track guards, hardware, and, ooh, look at that, boys. Big old thing of copper anti-seize. Let's get the day going. All right, another 410 with a transmission problem. Let's get to this one. Well, that's a little low. Amazingly, top off fluid, power cycle the machine, and guess what? Transmission ECM now communicates. No more limp home mode. Awesome. All right, 336 next gen. Guess what? Let's go ahead and tackle these track guards, and also got to get the track adjuster recentered, put back on the bracket, because the lower bracket, well, she's foobarred. Fire me up, let's go. Boys, I swear, some days I wish I had an auto warm-up. Who's your feet when you operate? Beep, beep, beep. We got her all lifted, so let's go ahead and change these out. We got what's left of that bitch strapped down right to the car body here, so let's get her dropped. All right, old one's out. New one going in. Tap time. This side done. Going to the other side. Fuck. And spinning and spinning. spinning and spinning and down. There we go. You know, boys, I might be switching to red because it gets these bolts out so much fucking easier. And it's hard for me to say. And she's spinning, she's spinning, she's spinning. That's how it's supposed to look. And then, what the fuck? Fucking 306 assault shovel came in handy, boys. But we got her all lined up. Bracket's all good. Pump, 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 pump it up. All right, so we got the new track guards put on. Tracks fully adjusted. Same over here. And as you guys previously seen, new fill valve, new bracket, new little placard, plate, whatever the hell Cat wants to call it. And we're all fully adjusted and ready for next week. I got both my victims here for top-offs, hydraulic on the Hitachi and coolant on the 310. Making a goddamn mess. And just like that, basic duties are done. All right, boys, just like that, it's an emergency call on a Friday. Let's get to it. First stop of the morning at our local John Deere dealer, who will remain nameless. Boys, as per usual, yeah, we got 410s, both of which have regen issues. The first one we're going to look at is basically low inlet fuel dosing pressure. That one's pretty cut and dry. Throw some filters on that one. It's been since October since it's been serviced, so it's time. The second one is the one we've been battling with the EGR issue, so we're going to get to it. It's really sad that this is all I feel like I do anymore, but yeah, we're right about 500 hours since the last time this thing was serviced, so little coagulation going on up in there. Yeah, a little water. All right, all primed up, new filters. Let's get this unit put back together. And done. Another 410E, that's right. This one right here, the one we've been battling for the longest time with, I believe, is EGR issues. It won't passively regen, so they started this morning, and of course, high foot load. So let's get to it. Yeah, that bracket doesn't need to be tight, it'll be fine. And just like I presume, boys, yeah, that's your flow sensor right there, EGR, plugged. All right, boys, so we got the Venturi all cleaned out, completely through. Got the flow rate sensor, went ahead and cleaned that out. And this thing's got a fairly new EGR valve, so it's fairly clean in there. So we're going to go ahead and reassemble the machine and then see if it'll passively regen. If not, we'll force it through a regen so they can go back to using it for today. And what the fuck is that? All right, boys, you know the deal. We got the 3600 HD out here. We're going to go ahead and hook up to it and just validate pressures. So right now we're at 0.3 at a standby, engine off. And obviously EGR is not being commanded and soot level is very high. And we'll see if we can get everything to kind of stabilize, up the temperature, EGR valve working, and then hopefully get this soot level down. All right, so we're deep into a regen right now. DOC outlet temp, desired. DPF pressure differential is kind of flatlined at 0.4, and through the whole run so far, 0.2 on the EGR flow differential pressure sensor. So I believe we may have fixed her, boys. Yay, 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 it's done. Well, 300G, and yeah, something's fucky. Look no further, boys. I think we found it. Yep, that's her, boys. That's the one. Got. Add to our fun, we got some bolts here, right? Yep. Man, you look down there, and yeah, those bolts were loose, about falling out. And just for fun, somebody threw a random standard bolt in there. Like, what the fuck? Well, boys, air hammer came in handy today. Woo! Off to hell with you! Wait, I need that shit. So, the boss man comes up and says, hey, need your assistance on something, and I'm there to help. Well, old Snow White, the old 2024 Kenworth TA80 is for sale, and not on sale, it's for sale, boys. And we are looking for the next buyer, and we've had some opportunities and they've fallen through. So I'm putting it out there to my following. If there is somebody, doesn't matter where you're from, if you're willing to come to Maryland and take a look at this truck, by all means. Again, it's a 2024 Kenworth T880, 13-liter PACCAR engine, 12-speed automatic, 33K gross, PAL finger body, 14K crane, all the bells and whistles. I've got a full truck tour on my YouTube channel. If you have further questions, you can always reach out to me. But yeah, serious inquiries only, boys.